Hello everyone and welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. This is a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here with our Wednesday night favorites, and I'm back at the kind of country one that I was doing, not country western, but country as in a country. So I've done 3 up to this point, top 15 American bands. Probably could have been 25 there. Top 25 British bands and top 25 Canadian bands, my favorites. So this time we're going to do, and I was going to do the Australian one first, but I've decided I want to put that off for now until I get a little bit further along, and then I want to try and do a 25 there as well. But anyways, my top 15 favorite European bands. Most of these have been around for the couple years that I've been into it. 3 of the top 4 have been around longer than that and pretty solidly in place. Then the next 4 are probably more like the next 3. The next 3 are a little switchable, and then the bottom 8 are probably switch aroundable to like given day, given however they are. So, but I put them in the order they are in for a reason today, and I'll go with that. They could switch around easy enough. And then I have 11 honorable mentions, all of which I could have made a top 25 here. But to be honest with you, I'm not as familiar with most of the bands in the honorable mentions. I have listened to them and I do like them, but I haven't listened to them enough to really kind of put them as a favorite or a not favorite, So anyways, we're going to do it the normal way, which is from 15th to 1st. I'll give you my 15th favorite, and then I'll go up to my 1st, and then I'll do my honorable mentions at the end. And just because some band is at the bottom, like in 15th or in 14th, or is just in the honorable mentions, it doesn't mean I don't like them. It just means that I had to put them in some kind of an order, and I don't necessarily dislike these bands, but some bands have to go on top, some have to go on the bottom, and that's just the way it is. Okay, so we'll start with the number 15. I don't have a prop for this. I do have props for some of them, but I don't have one for this one. Devil Doll, which is a Italian or Slovakian, also Italian, Slovakian, I don't know what you would call them. They're kind of weird rock, I guess. I guess you could say they have some progressive tendencies. To me, they're just kind of strange rock. I don't know how else to call them that other than that. I do like their music is quite good. I guess it's probably progressive rock to some extent. Maybe progressive metal to other extents. I don't know. Anyways, very interesting band. I got to listen to them when I was doing my progressive rock bands of the 1980s. That's where they came in for me. So anyways, coming in at number 15, Devil Doll. Number 14 is an Italian progressive rock band that I have listened to now online a few times. They came in at the same period of time as Devil Doll, but I do like them quite a bit, and that's Stormy 6, which are an Italian progressive rock band as well. So they come in number 14. Number 13, of course, is the only album I have for them right at the moment. I did have is the Scorpions, and the only album that I have at the moment, but I did have some of their other albums on cassette and or vinyl in my youth, and just never went back to them really. But there are some albums by them that I do quite like, but they're never going to be up there for me in my favorites. I think maybe after the Blackout album, I kind of was a bit turned off by them, and I just never kind of went back to repair it. I probably could. There's lots of stuff in their repertoire that really cries for me to listen to, but I only have so many things to listen to, and they don't come up at the top of the heap for me that way. But I do like them. So they come in at number 13, and they're from Germany. So number 12 is a band I've been listening to, and then I got my first album by them not too long ago, and that's this band, Gong. I really quite like these guys. That psychedelic cover, the whole feeling of the band is very psychedelic, but I really quite like this particular album, and been considering getting more stuff by them fairly soon as well. But Gong is going to come in at number 12. And Gong, for those of you who don't know, are probably, well, the band originated in France, but they're more of a multinational band with members from different countries. But for the purpose of this video, that's where I've located them, in France. Okay, so number 11 is, of course, the Michael Schenker Group, or MSG if you prefer, and they're German. I've listened to a few of their things now. I did a video on one of their albums. One of their albums was given to me on Ben's Album Challenge. I think another one may have showed up on Favorite Bands of the 1980s. This is a band that I've wanted to get more into, but when I'm out buying albums, I can only get a limited amount of albums, and I tend to get the ones that interest me the most first. So they haven't really got in there for a shot. Sometimes, usually with bands like this, what happens is I have more money than I normally have, so I buy the ones I want, and then I try out a few of them that I've thought about or I've listened to before and buy them. And I just haven't been in that position lately, so they haven't gotten anything for them. So the number 10 band is a band that I see albums for all the time, but they're always very expensive, and I can't warrant coughing up $30 or $35 for an album that I may or may not like. I can get three or four albums, used albums, that I really like for the price of that one album. So I keep putting them off, hoping that I will see one that's a little bit cheaper, or the price of them will go down. And we're talking about Transatlantic, the super band from, well, I'm gonna say they're multinational band. There's Americans, there's British in it, but there is one Swedish guy in it. So for today, we're going with his country, and we're gonna put them as Swedish, even though they are actually more of a multinational band. But I didn't give them any kind of credit in the US or the British videos, so I thought, here's a chance to give them some credit. Number 9 is I didn't even write down what they were. That's weird. But I knew what they were anyways. I'm just surprised I didn't write them down. And we're talking about Transatlantic. Oh, sorry, Transatlantic. I just said them. Tangerine Dream. This is a band I've been listening to off and on for the last couple of years. I actually got close to buying a couple albums, but they ran out of stock, and so I took something else instead. So, but I keep looking for them, and that's Tangerine Dream, of course, coming in at number 9. Number 8 is a band that I got off of Sea of Tranquility originally. Then it also showed up in my Battle of the Hard Rock Bands. Band I've liked. Band that I think is really good, almost heavy psychedelia almost. And we're talking about the Swiss hard rock band called Toad. Yeah, they come in at number 8. Number 7, we're now starting to get into the bands I have props for. Number 7 is this band, Riverside. Let's see, this is their new album. I did a review on it before I actually bought it. Good, nice album on the inside too. Very attractive cover, very nice put together package. Music is really good. This is a band destined to move up fairly quickly for me. They have a very progressive rock sound. I'm going to put them over here. Very progressive rock sound. Some Rush kind of sounding here, more like the Rush that came out after the 90s. So later Rush, like late 90s, early 2000s Rush, they have a lot of sound like that. So they come in at number 7. Number 6 is a band. Finally got my first album by them, but I've been listening to them off and on for the past year. I really quite like them. This one I chose mostly because I love the cover. I love the album, The Flower Kings. I'm definitely going to get into more of their stuff. They really have a kind of a yesy feel to their music. Some of their albums are a bit long and hard to digest, but this one is really good. I like it. So coming in at number 6 is The Flower Kings. Coming in at number 5 is a band that is really growing on me a lot, and it won't be long before they're right up there amongst my favorite bands, and that's Wobbler from their Norwegian band. This is their debut album called Hinterland. I have a couple of other ones by them, but this is the one that I like, that I'm playing, that's in my playlist currently. Very good band, lots of really good sound, very crisp sounding, great production. Yeah, fantastic album. Number 4, I don't have a prop for, but I've long liked them. The girls' vocals I like a lot. I didn't even actually realize that they were a Dutch band until I started putting this video together. I said, oh, I didn't realize these guys were European. I, for some reason, thought they were British as well, or maybe American, but they're actually a British band, and that's called Shocking Blue. Vocalist, stunning, and fantastic singer. Okay, the number 3 band is a kind of a duet of, well, it's a foursome. They've actually just put out another album, first one in over 40 years, yeah. But they can still sing, and they were not so much a rock band, probably more of a disco band, but very poppy, but just track after track of really catchy music, and we're talking about ABBA. I was wondering if I should put ABBA on this list because they're not, to me, they're not really rock, but they are rock in a way. So I've long liked them. My daughter likes them a lot, and that's probably the reason why I grew to like them a lot. And so they're going to come here at number 3. So number 2 is a big jump. So up until this point, we've got a lot of bands that are kind of fairly close in ranking for me, but these top 2 are definitely top 2. Number 2 is the Dutch band Golden Earring. A lot of really good stuff. I don't have any albums by them. I did have one album years ago. I've been looking for stuff by them. I just never see anything, but I keep opening it. I didn't even realize they had like 25 albums. Amazing. Anyway, so Golden Earring, the Dutch band, is going to come in at number 2. And ABBA, for those people who need to be told, is a Swedish band. And number 1, it's not even close. It's by a landslide. They come in at number 1, and most people have already going to figure this out. They're a German space rock, prog rock band, Eloy. Easily my favorite European band at this point in time, but a lot of this stuff, Flower Kings, Riverside, Wobbler, all these bands are all going to challenge them in the next few years for supremacy of Europe. And I chose this album, Planets, because it's kind of got a, well, all their albums got a lot of nice cover to them. But so Eloy comes in at number 1. Probably was never going to be much of a competition. If I'd waited a few more months or maybe another half a year, it might be a lot closer. But at this point in time, they're dominating. So I'm just going to reiterate them all from top to bottom and then give you my honorable mentions. So coming in number 1, Eloy from Germany. Number 2, Golden Earring from Holland or Netherlands. Coming in number 3 is ABBA from Sweden. Number 4, Shocking Blue from also from the Netherlands. Number 5 is Wobbler from Norwegia. Number 6 is the Flower Kings, a Swedish band. Number 7 is Riverside from Poland. I don't think I mentioned that. Yeah, I don't think I did. Number 8 is Toad from Switzerland. Number 9 is Tangerine Dream, also from Germany. Number 10 is Transatlantic, which is a multinational band, some English, some American, and some Swedish. I put them in the Swedish category so that they could get on this list. Number 11, MSG from Germany, or Michael Schenker Band if you prefer. Michael Schenker Group, sorry. Number 12 is Gong, and they're from France, but they're actually more of a multinational band, so they could have gone on some of these other lists as well. They wouldn't have got on, but so I put them in here so they would. Number 13 is the Scorpions from Germany. Number 14, Stormy Six from Italy. And number 15, Devil Doll from Italy and Slovenia. So there you have my top 15 European bands. So my honorable mentions include a band I just did for Ben's album challenge this past week. It's called Alpha Taurus. They're Italian. The music is in Italian, but they're a progressive rock band from the early 70s. Like them a lot. Nightwish from France, I believe. Or maybe I got that wrong. Oh, yeah, sorry. It's Finland. My apologies. Ange is the band from France, a band that I was using as the Angels. I did a video on them for Ben's album challenge. It was a mistake video, but it still ended up being a video nevertheless, and I've used them in my battle of the heavy hard rock bands. I think they were in there, maybe not. Ashrod Temple from Germany, that's another honorable mention. Focus from Holland, or the Netherlands if you prefer. Frumpy, a German band, another really good German band too. Harmonia from Germany, another good German band. Irish Coffee from, I'm not sure where they're from. Oh, yeah. Gotta learn to write better, eh? Belgium, sorry. And then Kraftwerk, of course, from Germany. Kraftwerk and and Tangerine Dream kind of remind me of each other. I don't think they're really that similar, but they just always remind me of each other. And then, of course, what is that? Well, we're going to leave that one off because I have no idea what it says. How did I ever get out of school with a handwriting like that? Anyways, that's 10 honorable mentions as well as the 15 bands that we did for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed putting this together. I didn't even know I was going to have enough to do it. I figured I might because I've been listening to a lot of stuff, especially this year, this last 6 months or so, listening to a lot of stuff over that time period. So probably the total number of bands I've listened to in the last half year probably almost doubles my total number of bands for my entire life up until that point. That's how much difference I've been listening to. So, and I wanted to give it attention to the European network. So I didn't know if I had enough, but I think I did. I probably could have done a 20 anyways, but 15 is good for a first time out. I probably will do all these again in a couple of years and show the progress that's happened. And that's all this is about, right? Is giving some attention to these bands that we've grown to love so much. So anyways, I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe. Be much appreciated. And we will be back on Saturday. We've got a couple videos coming up, so I hope you can join me for those. So have yourself a good day, and we will see you then. Bye.